there is one massive piece of news we have to discuss, right? And I'm probably going to mention this in the main show, but I'm going to read to you from this article from the New York Times.
Wait, first of all, the reason we're talking about it now, in addition to the main show, is because literally everyone has sent this to us.
Everyone.
Our listeners know us.
Yes.
They know what we want.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I love it. You're right. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Okay, so here's the headline from the New York Times. And what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to read through this and we'll just react to each paragraph is like a blessing bestowed upon us by the comedy film news gods here. Max, once known as HBO Max, is calling itself HBO Max again. Got it? All right. Here's the article. It's not Max, it's HBO Max again. In a surprise pivot, Warner Brothers Discovery executives announced Wednesday morning that the streaming service Max would be renamed HBO Max, reinstating the app's old name and abandoning a contentious change that the company introduced 2 years ago. The reason for the change, executives explained, was straightforward. People who subscribe and pay $17 a month for the streaming service wind up watching HBO content like The White Lotus and The Last of Us, as well as new movies, documentaries, and not a whole lot more.
The quote continues, we had no idea what we were talking about before.
It turns out
it's like this entire endeavor was batshit crazy in the first place.
Who could have predicted this? Yeah.
They wanted to take HBO. They're like, hey, we got this great... this is the genius idea they had. Let's just go back a little bit. Let's go back. The genius idea they had was, all right, hey, we have HBO. We're going to make some streaming services for it, like HBO Now, HBO Go, whatever. Hey, put that aside. It's going to be HBO Max. But then the person who's in charge of Warner Brothers, who I believe made something on the order of $57 million last year in salary.
And it's still there.
And it's still there.
Succeeding.
Actively carving a swath of destruction through our cultural history. Decided, you know what? Let's this brand name that has accrued literal decades of brand equity and positive feelings.
One of the most valuable brands of entertainment
ever. In history.
Ever. Yeah.
People feel nostalgic for your opening intros to movies from the 90s. That's what you feel nostalgic for.
In the history of mankind, this is one of the most beloved brands of all. Let's make an app that does not contain that name in the title of the app.
Well, even better than that, let's make an app that does contain that title, and then let's excise that and do all the heavy lifting of rebranding it without the valuable part.
No. Why? Let's do HBO Max, then take away the HBO. Why include the thing that everyone knows?
Right.
Why include the thing that everyone knows people have positive associations with, when you can just have a generic 3-letter phrase?
It's also easier. Just tell everybody, say the one to watch for HBO. Every time you say Max,
every time
you say the one to watch for HBO.
The one to watch for HBO, which is something we've been doing.
Yes.
You know, we
help to carry the flame.
Really.
Yeah.
Also, we mentioned this at the time, and it's also hilarious that Max is much more associated with Cinemax, which has pretty much the opposite brand identity from HBO. HBO, representative of prestige television, high quality, great actors, many awards, the highest quality of television. It transformed television into a medium that rivaled film for the drawing big name actors, big prestige projects. Cinemax had softcore pornography on weeknights.
To be fair, so did HBO, but
so did HBO. But only one was called Skinemax. Okay, only one got that title.
So the whole thing was very stupid to begin with.
Yes,
and now, I mean, credit to where credit's due. It seems like they have realized that it was stupid, and now they're pulling back. Here we go. I'm reading here from the article. HBO, a trailblazer of the cable era, has been on a very bumpy ride to finding an identity in the streaming era. There was HBO Go in 2008, HBO Now in 2015, HBO Max in 2020, Max in 2023, and now once again HBO Max in 2025. 2 years ago, Warner Brothers executives said that they meant well by changing the name to Max.
We meant well.
Their overwhelming concern, the executive said, was Discovery's suite of reality shows like Sister Wives and My Feet Are Killing Me.
The things we need to protect at all costs.
It risked watering down the HBO brand, which continued to produce award-winning series like Succession. You would never, end quote, you would never want to water down the HBO brand by shoving My Feet Are Killing Me next to The Sopranos. And really, the way to prevent that is by changing the name. It's not by not actually doing that.
Right.
It's by changing the name so people don't think of them as the same.
We're definitely doing that.
Definitely do that.
We just don't want people to think about it.
We just don't want people to think about that we're doing that.
It's working in media is a fun thing because what you see is just the idiots at the top making these boneheaded moves. There's just like, oh, this is gonna be my thing. This is my contribution to the HBO brand. Is like I'm gonna revamp the Max. I'm gonna revamp HBO Max to Max. It's gonna be my thing because Zaslav came from the Discovery side, and these people just want to make big changes and own it. And when they fuck up, they never face any consequences. Other people will be laid off. You know, there will be some churn among the employees, but they will be fine.
2 years from now, we'll be talking about how they dropped Max from the name. Every 2 years they have to change something.
But now we have to say HBO Max, the one to watch for Max, because now people can't find just the Max.
Yeah, you know? Where are you going to find My Feet Are Stinky or whatever the hell that was called?
My Feet Are Killing Me, Jeff. Please.
Yeah, that too.
Further, these executives said HBO spent decades branding itself as a premium adult service. That was not exactly an ideal anchor for a streaming service that was envisioned would compete head-to-head with a general entertainment app like Netflix. Instead, the name change to Max mostly seemed to cause widespread confusion, both within the industry and generally among consumers. Was HBO dead? Was it being marginalized? What gives? End quote. Yeah, I mean, credit to where credit's due. They did roll back their extremely stupid decision. You know, like...
Sure.
I also think this points to the fact that streaming apps are how people get their content, right? We're not protecting the cable channel anymore because no one gives a shit about the cable channel because no one gives a shit about cable. It was like, oh, hey, there's this app that's going to be the catch-all for all the stuff we put out, but we don't want it to contaminate the purity of the cable channel. And it's like, well, guess what? Right. 2 years later, more people are getting their content from that streaming app than from your cable channel.
Yeah.
So let's recognize that fact and go, oh, well, this is the thing to protect, not that.
I saw a post that was saying how this move should be the end of imposter syndrome for anyone.
Yes.
Basically, if David Zaslav can get paid $52 million and rebrand HBO to HBO Max to HBO Max again, then whatever your job is and what you're doing there, you're probably doing better than that, and you're making less money. So, like, by definition, you know, there are other people who are worse at their job than you are.
We didn't already have that with somebody paying $50 billion to drive Twitter into the ground, or no. I mean, the endless.
There's so many examples. So many examples.
This is just the latest one, Jeffrey. This is just the latest one. Yeah. So
remember, these people are not smart; they are just rich.
Yep, that is 100%. Write it in the sky.
Right.
That is 100% the truth.
I distinctly remember sitting down, shaking Jeffrey Katzenberg's hand, and having a long chat with him about Quibi. And I was like, nobody wants this. And he's like, sure they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you did play a large role in killing Quibi.
So. I mean, to your credit.
I know what my role is. Yeah.
I'm just going to say one last thing. You know, for the last several years on this podcast, we have been saying the phrase, Max, the one to watch for HBO. That is a reference to a marketing line that they used for Max, which is extremely strained and clunky, and therefore we said it every single time because it was a nice long-running joke. And we got a lot of people pinging us today, very concerned. They're like, hey, you're not going to be able to say the line anymore. Excuse me? Like,
watch us.
You do not know us at all.
You do not know us, right? Like, you think we can't say HBO Max, the one to watch for HBO now every single time? You underestimate us.
Yeah.
So that's the new thing. It's going to be HBO Max, the one to watch for HBO. As a reminder of the ignominy that this brand has suffered over the course of the last few years under its recent leadership.
Yeah.
Expect it. That was a clip from the Filmcast After Dark. To get access to the whole episode, go to patreon.com/filmpodcast. You can sign up for ad-free episodes as well as exclusive After Darks. You can find the regular podcast at thefilmcast.com. And of course, like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.